What if I told you that I used AI to copy an app from the App Store while I sat back and gave it simple prompts like add a login screen and connect this to payments? Now, most people think that you need years of coding experience and a computer science degree to build profitable apps. And then they spend months learning all of these programming languages, debugging code, and trying to figure out these complex frameworks. But here's what 99% of aspiring app creators don't know. AI can now do all the heavy lifting for you. And in this video, I'm going to show you exactly how I used Claude to reverse engineer and then rebuild a phishing app that's generating tens of thousands in revenue every single month. Now, as you can see in this screenshot, you can see proof of just how much money apps like this are making. And I didn't write a single line of code yet. I managed to copy every feature from their $10,000 per month app, connected to Stripe for payments, and have a fully functional app ready to monetize. I'm going to walk you through my exact prompts. I'm going to show you the step-by-step process of how Claude built each feature, and I'm going to reveal the simple commands that turn my idea into a revenue-generating app. Plus, I'm going to show you how to find profitable apps to copy and the legal way to recreate their success without any coding knowledge. Let's go ahead and dive in. Okay, so the very first step in building any app is setting up the user interface. Now, this gives us the structure we're going to be working with, and it makes sure that all of the core sections are in place before we focus on any other details. Now, what we want here is simply to create a working layout that includes the main dashboard and navigation, giving us a solid foundation to improve on. Now, I'm going to give Claude the following instruction to get that started. Hi Claude, let's build an awesome fish identification app with social features. Now first, please build the app's UI, build the main dashboard with the scanning and upload functionality, then build the nav bar with the other sections. The other sections are as follows: history, collections, community, profile. Please give it a modern design that's also mobile responsive. But first things first here, important disclaimer, building apps and making money online is not easy, despite what other YouTubers might be saying. So when I show you how to build an app, for example, I'm simply demonstrating the technical process and the potential. I am not guaranteeing your results. These AI tools are legit and the techniques do work, but success, as with all things in life, depends on your execution, your timing, and honestly, a good chunk of luck. Most apps don't make money immediately, and many don't make money at all. So I'm not promising that you're gonna get rich or that you quit your job. No, this is not financial advice or a get-rich-quick scheme. I'm just showing you what's possible with these tools, and what you do with that knowledge is entirely up to you. All right, with those expectations set, let's continue building the app. Now, Claude delivers the baseline design for the app, as you can see here. So let's go ahead and try to scroll through the app to check out each section that Claude generated for us. And it seems everything is in place, but the UI itself does look very generic in my opinion, and it doesn't stand out. It is a working structure, but the look and feel are still pretty plain to me, and I'm not satisfied with it yet, which means we'll need to focus on polishing it in the next step. Okay, so for this step, we do need to fix those UI issues that we saw earlier and give the interface a more, I guess, ideal look while adding some flexibility with a dark mode option. Now, before we add the next feature, I want to talk about something super important here, because if you're building apps for actual businesses, you're going to hit a wall pretty fast. Enterprise clients don't just want a cool demo. They want security, governance, and something that actually scales. That's where today's sponsor, Area, comes in. Instead of juggling multiple AI tools and worrying about data security, Area gives you one unified platform where you can build AI agents, connect to enterprise data sources, and then deploy them safely at scale scale. They've got enterprise-grade security, cost optimization, and they work with any AI model, so there's no vendor lock-in. And the coolest part, they have this no-code agent builder that's perfect for what we're doing here. You can prototype AI agents just like we build apps on this channel, but with all the enterprise features that businesses actually need. And here's something fresh. Area now supports agent-to-agent protocols and enhanced model context protocol governance. And that means your AI agents can securely communicate with each other in sandbox containers with full authorization controls, preventing data leakage and prompt injection. If you're serious about taking your AI app building to the next level for real enterprise deployment, then do go ahead and check out Area. Link is in the description for a demo. All right, let's go ahead and keep building. So I'm gonna send Claude this prompt to get that done. Great job, but please substantially improve the UI. I want it to look like a modern day app. Please improve the design, the UX, and make the nav bar the standard mobile nav bar, the one at the bottom. Now, please substantially improve the design, the look, and create the dark mode theme that can be toggled. And with that, Claude upgrades the app with a cleaner, more modern design that does feel much closer to a real mobile app. And the earlier UI issues have been resolved, and there's even now a dark mode theme built in, complete with a switch that lets us toggle between light and dark. Now, I'm gonna go through each section of the app again, and then the improvement is definitely noticeable. As you can see here, the layout is smoother and the interface is much more consistent. And after checking out the sections in light mode, I'm gonna go ahead and try the dark mode. I'm gonna toggle that on, and then I'm gonna scroll through them once more. And everything, light or dark, adjusts seamlessly, giving us two distinct themes that both look and function the way that they should. So at this point, the app already looks pretty good, but it still doesn't do the one thing it's meant for, which is scanning fish. And for that to happen, I'm gonna need to connect it to Google's Gemini, which will power the image analysis and give us information about whatever photo we upload with a certain fish. Now, the setup is pretty straightforward. We will grab the API key from Gemini, and then I'm gonna pass it into Claude so that it knows how to hook everything up. And once all of that is ready, I'm gonna send over this prompt. Great job so far, Claude. Now let's integrate Google Gemini as our main AI for our application. Please configure the environment variables. Here's the API key, and I'm gonna put my key here. Now, please make sure that the scanning functionality works and that it displays the results from Gemini, which is the general information about the scanned fish. Claude integrates Gemini into the app and then connects it with the scanning feature. And then from this point on, the application can analyze uploaded fish photos and return useful information directly from Gemini, making the core feature of the app now fully functional. I'm going to put this to test by uploading a picture here of a bluefish tuna, and Gemini successfully analyzes the image and provides me with general information about the species. However, if you look closely, there is one issue. When I try to save the result into the history section, it doesn't store it at all. So that is something we're going to have to address in this next step. All right, so the scanning feature works well now, but in the last step, we did see a major gap. It wasn't saving any of the results. So to fix that, we need to build out the history section so that every scan that we do is automatically logged and easy to revisit later on. I do also want to clean things up by removing the placeholder data that's still sitting in both the collections and history sections. So to accomplish that, here's the prompt I'm going to send over to Claude. Great job, Claude. Now please improve the app further by setting the scanned fish to the history section. Please remove the mockup data in both the collections section and the history section. Then build the functionality whereas the scanned fish should automatically be there and should also be accessible if the user clicks it. So Claude updates our app so that every new scan is immediately added to the history. Now, this makes the flow of the app much smoother and more practical to use. To show this in action, let's go ahead and try to scan a new image. And as you can see right off the bat, the result instantly appears in the history section. So that from there, I'm going to go ahead and click on the entry and a modal pops up showing the details of that scanned fish. Now, this one is seamless seamlessly integrated, and the history section is now an essential part of the app. Okay, so far the app can scan fish and save them in history, but there still is not a good way for users to organize their catches. So naturally, the next step is to build out the collections page so that scanned fish can be grouped, tagged, and browsed a lot more easily and efficiently. I also want to extend the scanning feature a bit by letting Gemini categorize each fish by rarity from small to, let's say, legendary. So let's go ahead and tell Claude, great job, Claude. Now please build the collections page. Add an add to collection button after each scanned fish, then automatically have it set in the collections page. Please improve that section's filters and allow the user to add custom tags to their collected fish and also the ability to view those custom tags. Lastly, please improve the scanning scope by adding a catch categorization. Here, Gemini should determine whether the acquired fish is small to legendary, depending on its rarity. Okay, so this new update adds a collections page connected to the scanning flow. So as you can see now, after each scan, there's an option to add the fish directly into a collection, and then that section supports filters and custom tags. On top of that, the rarity categorization is also in place, making my collections feel a lot more dynamic and organized. So let's go ahead and check it out. And after scanning a fish, we can add it straight into a new collection that we also created on the spot or to an existing one, and then open the collection section to view it. Now this ties back to the update we mentioned earlier. Filters and tags are working, so we can add a custom tag to confirm it's saved correctly. The rarity labels from Gemini also appear here just as described, giving each entry that extra layer of detail. Right now, the app is already full of useful features, but now we're also going to add something a bit more fun. Like instead of starting from scratch, the idea here is to recreate a feature from an existing app by using a screenshot as a reference. This will let us test how well Claude can replicate a design and then turn it into a working tool. So for this step, I'm going to provide this screenshot file and then give the following prompt. Awesome job. Now please build a smart size analyzer for our application. I sent a screenshot of an existing app whose feature I'd like you to copy. The screenshot is named SC. Please recreate the size analysis feature, whereas the app should be able to closely estimate the size of the fish in the uploaded photo. And with that, Claude takes the screenshot and builds the requested feature directly into our application. The Smart Size Analyzer is now integrated and it runs pretty smoothly, estimating the fish size from any uploaded photo with no issues. Now, I do want to see it in action, of course, so after uploading a fish photo for analysis, we are going to scroll down and check this new section. The size analyzer is right there and the results look pretty accurate. Okay, so far we've built a lot into this app already, right? So this is also a good chance to just take a step back and then run through it as a whole. This first showcase is about running through the app like an actual user would, making sure that all of the pieces connect in one smooth flow. So we're going to start by browsing through each section. Then here, I'm going to switch on dark mode to watch the interface instantly shift themes. And after that, we'll scan our first fish. We're going to check its details. And instead of adding it to a collection, we're going to go ahead and head into the history page here, where the result is already saved automatically. Next, we'll scan a second fish, and this time we're going to place it into a brand new collection. Once the category is created, we're going to open it to explore the organization features. Here, we'll add a custom tag to the fish and then remove it to confirm the system handles changes properly. And so far, so good. It works. And yeah, that's about how the first run looks. All right, so before we can call this app complete, we do need to add accounts so that our users can log in and manage their profiles. Here, we're going to be using Superbase for the database, the authentication, and the user management. And the process for that begins in Superbase by creating a new project, clicking connect, and then copying the project URL along with the anon key. In this case, the values were copied from the next.js integration panel, which does work perfectly since the keys are the same. And once those are ready, we can pass them into Claude with this following prompt. Great job. Now let's build our login and sign up pages and integrate Superbase for our user connection management. Please integrate Superbase in our app. Here's the API key, but reconfigure it accordingly to our app. Here, we're going to insert our API key. Please build the login page and sign up pages and respective authentication systems. And please remove all the mockup data in the profile section and make sure to display the logged in user with the current profile that's logged in. Okay, so with that prompt, Claude generates the login and the sign up flow. It connects Superbase and also removes that placeholder data from the profile section. Now, to complete the setup, we're also going to need to prepare the schema. So I'm going to follow up with another instruction, something like this. Great job. Now please give me the corresponding SQL queries needed so that I can push the schema to Superbase. Simple as that. Now the schema is then copied into Superbase, opened in the SQL editor, pasted and executed to create the necessary tables and configuration. And once everything is set up, of course, we're going to test the flow by creating a new account. And after signing up, the login, as you can see, works successfully. And the profile section updates to display the actual logged in user instead of mock data. The features we've built so far cover scanning, saving, and organizing, but the real fun begins once users can actually connect with each other. Now, I want to turn the app into a social space where friends can interact and share their catches and even compete through weekly challenges. Since there is a lot to build here for that, we're going to start with the foundations first. Communities, a working friend system, and the ability to post and then share. To accomplish all of that, we're going to go ahead and give Claude this prompt. Great job, Claude. Now let's expand the app even further. Please build the communities section. First, remove all the existing placeholder data. Afterwards, please create a friend system where users can add other users. Please make sure to build the appropriate buttons and functions for this. Furthermore, please give the ability for users to post their catches or share it to friends. Lastly, please give the ability for users to create weekly challenges where users can create weekly phishing challenges with their friend group. And with that, Claude generates the entire system and provides a schema for Superbase. And from here, we're going to open up the schema, we're going to copy it, and then paste it into the SQL editor, and then run it to create the necessary tables. It will require a fair bit of debugging, but that's okay because soon these social features begin to take shape. A working friend request system, sharing options, and the foundation for those weekly challenges. Okay, so to showcase those results, we're going to use two separate accounts, one in Chrome and another in incognito. First, we're going to send a friend request from the main account to the second account using an email address. Once accepted, both accounts show up in each other's friends list. Next up, we will scan a fish, for example, and then share it publicly. And then we're going to switch over to the second account to confirm that the post also appears there. And then using the second account, we're going to comment on the post. And the comment also shows up immediately when viewed from the first account. After that, we're going to go ahead and scan and share another fish, but this time to friends only. And it displays correctly with those proper restrictions. Lastly, we're going to go ahead and test the weekly challenge system. Now, using the second account, a challenge is created and the first account is invited. The invitation does go through, as you can see here, confirming that the feature works as intended. All right, so the features we built so far cover friends, sharing, and weekly challenges, but we can take that social side of the app even further because now the goal is to expand communities and add more ways for users to interact with each other. And this means improving the reaction system so posts can be liked as well as commented on, and building out the communities tab so that our users can discover groups near them, they can create their own, and of course tag their posts with useful details like phishing locations, right? So I'm going to give Claude this following prompt. Awesome job. Now let's expand the social aspects of the app further. First, please improve the reaction system for the shared posts of friends and individuals in communities. Apart from being able to comment, give them the ability to like posts as well. Secondly, expand the community Communities tab. Give the user the ability to join communities near them or create their own and invite their friends to join. Also, when sharing or posting in a community, give the user the ability to tag details such as locations for productive fishing spots. Okay, so with that, Claude responds back with the updates and provides a schema for Superbase. Once the building process is complete, the schema can be copied into Superbase's SQL editor. It can be pasted and then run to set up the new tables and functionality. Okay, so testing the results here, we're going to start with 2 new accounts. Going into the Communities tab and clicking on the Discover section here, Chrome prompts for location access, showing us that the location-based search is wired into the app. Now, since this is a test environment, we don't see real results, but instead the mock-up communities are displayed. Now, selecting one of them opens up a page with sample posts and comments and tags like fishing spots. Now from here, we're going to go ahead and join the community, then click on a post where the comment and reaction features are also available. Finally, we do create a new community of our own and we're going to go ahead and view it. The setup works, showing a demo post complete with sample reactions to illustrate this new functionality. Okay, so every great app, right, needs a finishing touch, something that makes it feel personal and rewarding to use. So for us, that means building an achievement system and a journal. Features that bring a sense of progress, a good bit of fun, and of course, customization. Now, achievements gamify the experience with unlocks like my first catch or collector. Now, while the journal gives users a dedicated space to write notes and even link them to specific fish that they've scanned. So to get all of this in place, I'm going to give Claude one final prompt, something like this. Great job, Claude. Now, lastly, please create an achievement system and journal for the users. This should be connected to Superbase. Please create a new section called Journal, whereas the user can write down their notes and be able to link this with their catch fish, their scanned images. Furthermore, for the achievement system, please integrate this as a modal in their profile page. In the profile page, please show a small widget of achievements that they can click, which then shows another modal of all the achievements they've unlocked and can unlock. Now, for these specific achievements, make it fun, like collector, scanned 100 fishes, and my first catch, scanned a fish. And whenever a user unlocks an achievement, make sure to have this notify in the notification bell, the same bell where users can see friend requests. Okay, so after running the schema, Claude provides in Superbase, the app updates with both features all ready to go. So we're going to go ahead and start by scanning a fish as we do, and then right after adding it to a collection, the first catch achievement unlocks in the profile with a notification in the bell icon. Now from there, we're going to switch over to this new journal section where our entries can be created and then tied directly to our scanned fish. And it all works as expected, giving users both a sense of accomplishment and a personal log of their entire fishing journey so far. The entire system is in place, though there are some UI improvements that can help polish it further, and that's what we're going to focus on next. Functionality is important, but design, that's what makes an app enjoyable to actually use. So at this stage, everything does work. The functionality is there, the scanning, the collections, the social features, and all of the achievements. But the interface, at least in my opinion, does still need that final layer of improvement. The journal does feel crowded to me, the achievements are a little messy, and there are small rough edges across the app that we don't really want to leave behind. Now, before moving forward to Stripe, this step is about cleaning up the UI so that the whole experience feels cohesive and ready for users. To accomplish that, I'm going to send Claude one last design prompt. Great job. Now, lastly, please improve the UI of the app, particularly the journal and achievement sections. it's currently very crowded, especially at the journal entries. Apart from this, please double check the entire UI of the whole app and improve it accordingly. And with that, Claude updates the design across the entire app, giving the journal a layout that's much easier to read, restructuring the achievements so that they're no longer cluttered, and also just refining the overall look to feel more balanced. Here, we're going to open the journal to see how grounded it is, and then we're going to head into the achievements section where notifications are now available and the layout finally matches the rest of the app's modern design. It is a small step compared to the big features that we've already built in, but it is the one that makes everything feel finished and ready for what comes next. All right, so far the app is complete in terms of features. So that one final piece is adding Stripe for payments. This allows us to create a premium upgrade page where our users can purchase access to exclusive features and have their account status updated automatically. To accomplish that, let's go ahead and provide Claude with the API keys from Stripe and then send in this following prompt. Great job, Claude. Now, lastly, please integrate Stripe as our payment channel for the app's premium upgrade. Here are the API keys, and we're going to paste the keys in here. Alongside this, please create a new section called Premium, where details of the premium upgrade is there, and at the bottom is a button where the users can interact with to complete the transaction. After a successful transaction, make sure to update the user's account status to premium. Please provide a SQL schema that we'll use to update our database later. Okay, and after that prompt, Claude now connects Stripe to the application. It builds out that premium section and also provides the SQL queries needed for our Superbase. And after copying the schema into the SQL editor and then running it, the database is also now ready to handle premium upgrades. So for the final test, we're going to open up the new premium upgrade page. We're going to scroll here through the details and then complete a transaction. And once it's successful, the user's profile updates immediately to show premium status here, confirming that the payment integration works end to end. Now, this step brings everything together, transforming our little project from a feature-rich prototype into a complete app with a real upgrade path. All right, so for our final showcase, we're gonna walk through the app from start to finish to see how all of the features do come together. So let's begin by creating a new account, signing in, and moving through each of the main sections. In the community section here, the all posts feed still shows the test post we made earlier with the Max Fish account, confirming that public sharing is working as expected. And from there, we're going to switch over to dark mode. We're going to browse each section with the theme applied, and then we're going to exit dark mode to continue testing. Next, let's go ahead and scan a fish and check out the results, including the smart size analysis feature that we built from that screenshot. The scan is also logged into the history section, and also in collections, we can see that the previously created collection is intact, along with the option to add custom tags. Also, notifications show that achievements have been unlocked, and opening them confirms that the system is recording progress properly. Here, I'm going to go ahead and now move on to the journal where a new entry is created, linked to one of the scanned fish, and also saved without any issues. So back here in the community section, we are going to explore the different subsections, including public communities. Joining a community loads mock posts and comments to visualize how activity looks inside. All right, so to test interactions between accounts, we're also going to open up a new incognito tab. We're going to create a second account called Salmon Fish, and then we're going to send a friend request between accounts. Notifications, they appear on both sides of the accounts, and once accepted, the two accounts show up in each other's friends lists. Using the second account, we're going to go ahead and create a weekly challenge. And then I'm going to invite the main account, and I'm going to confirm that the invite is received here and accepted. After that, we will create a new community from scratch, which generates demo posts to preview how it will look once active. Now to finish, we're going to go ahead and head into the premium section on the main account here. We're going to go ahead and complete a transaction and confirm that the account status updates to premium. The final stop is the profile page, where the unlocked achievements are displayed here, showing everything that we've earned so far. Now, this marks the app as fully functional, tying everything together: scanning, organizing, social interactions, customizations, and monetization into one complete experience. And all of that brings everything together in this video. From the very first step of setting up a simple UI earlier in the beginning, we've now built out scanning with Google Gemini, adding history and collections, layering in communities and social features, and finishing things off with achievements, journals, and even a premium upgrade system powered by Stripe. Now, what started as a basic idea is now a complete feature-packed app where users can scan, save, organize, connect, and personalize their experiences in our app. And from start to finish, it's been one heck of a ride, fixing layouts, adding dark mode, testing scans, sharing posts, unlocking achievements, and of course, polishing the UI until it looked just right. All right, so now we've got a complete loop: scan, save, organize, share, and then upgrade. Everything you'd want in an app like this is here, and it's all working smoothly. All right, so if you enjoyed this walkthrough, please do make sure to like the video, share it with your friends, subscribe to the channel. It really helps me out, and drop a comment down below about what feature you want to see built next. Now, I got plenty more builds lined up for you, and I'd love to hear your ideas too. The feedback really does matter to me. So thank you for sticking around and spending your time with me today, and I'll definitely catch you at the next one.